Welcome in, Raiders. Embark just dropped the new 1.4.0 update with some content and bug fixes that we really need to talk about. In it, they said, Raiders, update 1.4.0 is now rolling out on all platforms. It may be quite a small one, but the big news is that the gun quick swap exploit has been patched, and we've made a very hot fix for the locked room exploits. Now, if you're not aware, the things that had been going on in Arc Raiders that had been plaguing the community, the two hottest topics had been the double pump shotgun. Basically, people were able to animation cancel the Il Toro, causing people to wreak havoc in lobbies with an unintended exploit. And the second one that I'm sure a lot more of you are aware of is the door exploit, the ability to push players through doors into locked rooms, taking all that valuable loot without using a key, meaning that when you show up to the raid later on to use your key, the room's already been looted, or in some cases, you're even met with a surprise enemy inside the door waiting for you. So I don't know about you guys, I'm really happy that both of those are fixed. Props to them for getting it done so quickly. Now, a couple other things that they fixed as well is they mentioned that they fixed the exterior access to Spaceport's control tower locked room and said that it has been blocked off. Now, if you're unfamiliar with it, there used to be this little zip line trick where you could go up to the control tower on Spaceport and get in for free. So it looks like they've taken care of that. So you will need the key to do that. They also talked about how they fixed an issue that sometimes caused low resolution textures in the main menu. I don't know about you guys, but I noticed this myself, where sometimes my character would look really low res, but if I'd go to my Raider Den, then back to the main menu, it would fix the textures. It was a small bug, but I'm really glad they fixed it. They also said that they fixed lighting artifacts that would sometimes occur upon entering maps. I don't personally know about this one, but if you guys do, let me know in the comments down below. The last thing they said is that Raider voice now correctly respects the selected voice option after restarting the game. I know I certainly had heard from other Raiders that this was resetting every single time, so it's really good that they fixed that for everybody. Now, I'm sure some of you guys were hoping for a little bit more in terms of content updates, but next week is December, so I do believe that's when we're going to be getting some of the Cold Snap update. Now, if you're not sure what the Cold Snap update is about, let's just head back to the Arc Raiders roadmap that they had posted for us a few weeks ago. In that roadmap, it showed that we would get the Cold Snap update in December, which comes with a snowfall map condition, a Flickering Flames event, an expedition departure window, a new Raider deck, and new quests. Now, they already gave us a preview of the snowfall map condition, which you can see here. Now, for the Flickering Flames event, I have absolutely no idea what that's going to be about, but I'm excited regardless. We've already had one event, and while it wasn't huge, it was still really cool and gave us access to free cosmetics, so hopefully this one will be similar. They also mentioned that the expedition departure window will be coming, and if you didn't know, the devs actually mentioned they would be putting up a blog post expanding further on the expedition. Now, I don't know about you guys, but let me know down in the comments if you feel the same. The expedition, for me personally, feels a bit lacking. I feel like the rarity of blueprints is so difficult that if we were to lose all those during an expedition, it just doesn't really seem worth it. So hopefully in their blog post, they cover over this topic, and maybe they're going to make some adjustments to that. At least I know I'm crossing my fingers, but you guys let me know what you think. And while we're talking about blueprints, a really cool suggestion was made by the only real 143 on Reddit, talking about a new blueprint method called reverse engineering. And basically the way this would work is with a new workstation items can be reversed engineered, destroying them in the process, but allowing you to create blueprints for them. This helps alleviate the frustration of relying on luck to find blueprints for items you want to craft, and instead lets you grind towards being able to make items you want to use often. Quantity needed to reverse engineer varies on an item to item basis, influenced by rarity and item type. I think this sounds like a really cool idea, but maybe that would take away from the fun that is finding rare blueprints. I don't know what you guys think, but I definitely think something needs to change about blueprints, especially for the casual player. And it's really cool that we're getting a new Raider deck. I don't know about you guys, I play a lot, so I've completed my Raider deck and would love to have more. I know back when we played during the tech tests and betas, there was a lot more Raider decks then, so I know they've got some cool ones prepped up for us, and I don't know what other new ones they also might have. They also talk about new quests. Now, I know we got new quests with the Northline update. I feel like it was only a few. Hopefully we get a little bit more with December, but either way, we're getting content updates so frequently that I can't complain. Now, on the topic of new content, if you haven't heard, a lot of players want the next map to be the opposite of Stella Montis. What do we mean by that? Well, Stella Montis right now is a PvP sweatfest, which some of you may like and some of you may not. But people are requesting for the next map to be, again, the opposite. So the opposite would be something like heavily populated with Ark, where it basically forces players to be a lot more cooperative for that PvE experience. Now this creates a balance, hopefully, between PvE and PvP versus Stella, where it's a more PvP favored map. I don't know, you guys let me know what you think. I think it'd be cool, but we'll have to see what the devs decide. Also, on the topic of PvE versus PvP, the community has also talked about how the don't shoot emote is not a free pass to do whatever you want. For example, I brought my own key into a night raid to loot a room, and other raiders decide to come in and spam the don't shoot emote while trying to loot my room. Do you think that's fair? You had to work for that key and you're going to let others just loot your room? I don't think that's really fair. I think that's quite selfish from those raiders just spamming the don't shoot emote. So in those cases, would you pull the trigger? Let me know in the comments down below. And the last suggestion that I had seen from the community recently that sounded really amazing, and I just wanted to highlight in today's video, is that a user by the name of Halawi in the Ark Raiders Reddit community suggested that the queen should drop a swarm of ticks. I don't know what you guys think, but I think this sounds incredible. While the queen is a really cool event, I do think, especially after fighting something like the matriarch, that it could use a little bit more flavor. And being that it is the queen, I think it's spawning a ton of little creatures seems just right and would create a ton of chaos when fighting against her. Anyways, that's all the time I have for today, as it's currently 3 in the morning on Thanksgiving. I need to get sleep so I can spend time with friends and family. I hope you all have an amazing Thanksgiving, and if you haven't already, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.